TV broadcaster Phil Donahue and actress and activist Marlo Thomas got married in 1980. The couple were encouraged to reflect on their marriage roughly 40 years after saying "I do," and they began talking to other couples about all the factors that go into a good partnership. Their first collaborative work, a book titled "What Makes a Marriage Last?" 40 celebrated couples share with us. The Secrets to a Happy Life was published in 2020. They also co-hosted a podcast called Double Date with Marlo Thomas and Phil Donahue, in which they discussed the secrets of happy marriages with listeners. If there's any common theme to the interviews we had, it's that you have to want to have a long marriage, Donahue told AARP magazine in 2020. On their 43rd anniversary, join us as we unveil the secrets of Marlo Thomas and Phil Donahue's loving, lusty marriage. First meeting and forward. The couple first met in the late 1970s when Thomas appeared as a guest on Donahue's eponymous talk show. It was clear from the start that they had chemistry. Near the end of the interview, Donahue grabbed Thomas's hand and said, "You are really fascinating." She responded by saying, "You are wonderful. I said it when we were off the air, but I want to say you are loving and generous, and you like women, and it's a pleasure. Whoever is the woman in your life is very lucky." In a 2021 interview on The Drew Barrymore Show, Thomas shared, "We just clicked. I just loved his confidence." Though they had an immediate connection, they lived across the country from each other. During their courtship, Thomas was based in Los Angeles, while Donahue lived in Winnetka, Illinois. As they moved toward marriage, they had to decide where to live together. "Phil told me, I can't live in LA. I don't want to spend the rest of my life interviewing John Wayne. I can live in New York or Washington," Thomas told the New York Times in 2023. And I told him, "Well, I can live in New York or LA, so New York it was." Speaking with People in 1977, Thomas shared that while she was happy in her new relationship with Donahue, she was getting over some old reservations she held about marriage. "I was always scared of marriage," she said. "I thought that I would have to become another person, that I wouldn't be able to be me, that I would sort of be living a lie. My impression was that you had this jailer that you have to please." She later found this idea foolish, seeing that it was possible to have both a career and a marriage. Thomas said that she might be open to marriage with Donahue if it could be a union of two whole people, not one and a half, marriage and more. The couple wed on May 21st, 1980. It was Thomas's first marriage and Donahue's second. Thomas opted for a simple off-the-shoulder T-length white gown and white satin heels. Donahue wore a black suit and striped tie. Donahue was first married to his college sweetheart, Margaret Cooney, for 17 years and had 5 children with her, per the Washington Post. When Thomas and Donahue married, the actress became a step-parent overnight. In 2011, Thomas told AARP magazine she took a relaxed approach to being a stepmom. "From the very first day, I decided that I was not going to try to be a mother to Phil's children in the traditional sense. They already had a mom, but instead to be their friend," she said. "I'm proud to say that the friendships I established with them are as strong today as they were 30 years ago, even stronger." For Donahue's 50th birthday in 1986, Thomas threw a surprise party on a yacht on the Hudson River. It was reported that Thomas sang a funny song for her husband, which included the lyrics, "He's just my Phil, with 20 pounds of hair and an Irish hunk so full of spunk." The couple and their 150 guests enjoyed salmon, veal, and tortellini and danced to the Denny LaRue Band. Secrets of the Lusty Marriage. In the past few years, Thomas and Donahue have spent much of their time speaking to famous couples about their marriages during the writing and promotion of their book, What Makes a Marriage? Last 40 celebrated couples. Share with us the secrets to a happy life. They've also done some thinking about their relationship. In 2020, Thomas said in a YouTube video for AARP, "Through the years, you learn that everything is not that big a deal, and this isn't going to break us up no matter what, so you get used to saying, okay, let's just talk it out." The secret of good communication? Screaming helps, Donahue joked. At least then, you know if whether the person you're screaming at is listening. Then go in the other room and count to 10. He also shared, a little humor certainly in a marriage goes a long way. Recently, Thomas revealed to E! News in an exclusive interview that I know my husband loves corn on the cob. I mean, he would kill for corn on the cob. Long story short, Thomas makes sure to have it in their home at all times, even during the winter, so that he can enjoy it, the actress said. I see him all lit up whenever it's served. Better yet, Thomas doesn't even like corn all that much. But she adores her husband of 43 years. That's one of the ways of making somebody happy, to think what would they like, noted Thomas. It's the little things like that. The That Girl icon loves to entertain, and her tableware design collaborations with Williams-Sonoma have been put to good use. I love to set a table and make it beautiful, she shared. Thoughts of her new tortoiseshell collection dancing in her head for the holidays. My mother used to always say that the eyes eat before the stomach, so if you put everything out that's beautiful, it draws people right to the food. And while she'd prefer to look around the table and be enamored with 100% of the guests, these parties are also for him to enjoy, Thomas said of her spouse. I want at the end of the night for him to say, that was fun, I really enjoyed so-and-so. You have to listen to each other, Thomas explained to E. It took me about 10 years to figure out that mostly what Phil wanted from me were not solutions, which I was too happy to give. When Thomas would offer what she thought was a helpful solution, I could see his eyes sort of glaze off her, she said. And when she finally asked him whether he, in fact, wanted her advice, he said, "No, I just want you to listen." I said, "Wow, well, that's easy." Not that every dynamic is the same, Thomas acknowledged, but that's what he wanted from me. I'm a fixer, and what he didn't want me to do is fix it. He wanted me to hear it. The love part actually comes in handy during arguments, she continued, because it's helpful to remember you love the person so that you don't spend all night fighting. I'd rather be making love or having a good sweet conversation, or snuggle up and watch television, Thomas said. So you need to remind yourself of the love you have for the other person. And the lust is, I mean, it's fun to say it, but it really is an important part of your marriage. It's important when people talk about date nights. It's to remember that there's a wonderful personal, physical relationship that you have with your spouse that you don't have with anybody else on earth. You take that lust, she added, and you water it, nurture it, exercise it, and enjoy it. And while the Friends alum has acquired a treasure trove of decorative pieces during her travels with Donahue all over the world, she doesn't swoon over expensive presents from her husband. Time is the greatest gift you can give each other, Thomas advised. I don't really give a damn about a piece of jewelry. On our first wedding anniversary, we said to each other, I don't really want any presents. Why don't we take the money that we'd spend on fabulous things and put it into a trip? So for every single anniversary, we've taken time together and gone someplace. Another key, as it turns out, is remembering why you love this person. When you stop agonizing over what is not happening, oh, I wish I had that, and I wish I had this. I wish he would do this. I wish he would do that. I wish he would say this. Remember that this is the person you love, Thomas said. Make room for that person to be who they are, as opposed to who you want them to be. I mean, who did you marry? She added. That person, or the person you had in your mind that you wanted that person to be? Because if that's what you did, you're in trouble. And that's it for this video. Please click the like and subscribe buttons down below if you found this interesting. To make sure you don't miss any uploads, tap the bell icon. Share the video with all your friends and family members. Provide all of your feedback in the comments section. We'll see you in the next one.